around quick. 8 episodes of the podcast. We've managed to drag pretty much all of us in near enough every single one as much as we can. So results for today. Oh, not just for today. The results for this, results for this week. Surprising ones. Teams that you expected to win. Anything that stands out in any games.
Velocity beating us as bad as they did, as guys.
Yep.
It's not a surprise they won. It's just a surprise at how dominating.
Yeah. I think the same.
I think the way that Velocity played today, they played very well. Trident, I give you stick every week, but you played very well this week.
With a broken finger as well.
Yeah, I think if you can play with a broken finger every week, you played a lot better than some other weeks that you've had a fully working hand.
Agreed. I was very impressed with Trident today.
Follow me. He's promoting his ass. How could he? Bad.
We're allowed to promote that one. That's the B stream for anyone that doesn't know. But yeah, so the win for Lotus winning 3-0.
Yeah,
I don't think that's much of a surprise. I
was going to say it's kind of expected, but Atlantis are on the rebuild as well. It's a full new team for them, learning each other. But to take it to 2 overtimes the way they did, it shows a little bit more promise to that side. And hopefully, they can pick up 3 points at least within the last 3 weeks. Be nice to see. So running over. Go on.
I think Miracle beat an F5 as well. That needs to be.
Yeah, that was.
I thought I expected that to be a close game with the most likely outcome Fearless 5 winning, but.
See, I obviously
Miracle. They keep winning, and yeah.
Obviously, I obviously casted that one on your. Unfortunately, you missed it, Kyle, but Fearless 5 just didn't look like the Fearless 5 that we've watched over the last couple of weeks. It didn't look the same Fearless 5 that played against Miracle. But, Miracle played very well. They played well as a team. Obviously, Hexus coming in for Bale. So, fortunately, Bale couldn't play. But, even me playing with Bale today, his play styles changed of how pushy he is. So I don't know whether that's going to work for Miracle a bit more. So that'll be interesting to see when Bale comes back in to see how Miracle continue. So obviously flipping onto the games for next week, then we've got. I'm going to start from the bottom and go all the way up. So we've got Miracle and GeForce. What are we saying about that? Obviously, a couple of inside knowledge. We don't know how GeForce sit right now.
Yeah, Miracle might get a bye that week, but they might not. I think they win 3-0 regardless.
Yeah, probably.
I don't see GeForce, putting up any sort of a fight, and that's if they can even get a team together.
Yeah, like we said, we're not chasing around for teams this season. People have to chase around the team, for themselves. Unfortunately, it's something that GeForce hasn't done. And obviously, they're either left in a 2v3 or, and it's one of them that I don't want to keep doing 2v3s. It's not the look that we want as a league. I've let it slide for a few weeks. The odd week, it's one of them. 1 week off, fair enough. 2 weeks off, annoying. 3 weeks, that's enough.
Yeah, I think a rule change needs to be brought in that we can discuss. As I think not even mods, I think that's a community thing. I don't think there should be a 2v3. I think you have a team or you don't.
Well, obviously things are going to be changing for Season 3 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
With a few things lined up, a few different things lined up. But yeah, 2v3... I don't really want it anymore. If we continued the way that we set up now, I don't want it for the next season.
Well, yeah, you made a good point, and that it's it's not a good look for BGCS to have 2v3s. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point now as BGCS grows. You don't want, you want full games, or you want close full games, and you're not going to get that with 3.
Definitely. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much an all-rounder of a 3-0 miracle. If you even get a game. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't. But it depends what magic me and Kyle can work on that one. So, Juice and Resurrection. Resurrection obviously taking a bye week for game week 7. I don't know how much they've properly played together. Whether they've managed to get some scrims together, why they've had that game week off. Juice, looking, obviously they get the forfeit win today. They played against Vision, and they held themselves in that Vision game. They lost 3-2, but held themselves, looked like pretty much of a strong side.
Yeah, we're good matches.
So what we saying the scoreline for Juice and Resurrection?
I think it's going to be a close game as well. I don't know. It's maybe Juice 3-2.
They can break their game 5 losing streak.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's very much depends on what Juice team play. If
oh no,
on you go, Jonah.
No.
Okay.
I was interrupting.
I think if it's Taku, Weeb, and either Eclipse or Luminity, I think they win 3-1. But if it's not that set team, and if Luminity and Eclipse play together, Resurrection win that. I don't. You've seen what happened today. They two clearly don't get on well together. But yeah, I've just heard that it's Eclipse playing, so yeah. Will it be Eclipse? If it's Eclipse, Taku, and Weeb, I think Juice win it 3-1.
All right.
3-0, Juice.
Hey, yo, Balti.
They're still mad. Because now they're even mad because they didn't play at all. They're like, we won a game. We want to beat that. Man, that didn't happen. So that's what's going to happen now. 3-0. It's over. But I mean, if Resurrection step it up, then I'm probably saying 3-2 Juice.
If Resurrection can play how they on paper should and could play, they can win that easy. But they've just not shown it really this entire season of what the true potential that they have.
But yeah, I think these two teams that have a lot of potential, both teams haven't fully unlocked their potential as a team. Individually, there's certain individuals that have proven what they're worth, what they're capable of. But as a unit, as a team that play together, I think both teams are slowly, haven't really clicked as much as what they'd hoped. I think this goes to a game 5. And I'm going to back Juice, and maybe they finally break the game 5 curse. Maybe they break the commentator curse. Everyone goes with them all the time, and they never are able to pull through. But like Kyle said, Weeb, Taku, and Luminity realistically is their strongest team of what we've watched. But Eclipse comes into that. As long as Weeb and Taku can play around it, I think they run well as a team. I think they are able to scrape it through.
Once again,
lovely.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah.
Reptic? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm cool. Was it the Resurrection Juice one,
yeah?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if Resurrection step up, well, I mean, I've wanted them to do since the start, but I know they can. I think they'll win it. But if they're looking how they're still looking through all the weeks, I think Juice take it 3-1.
Have a disco.
Yeah, why not? Oh, I'm so glad those painkillers worked because I had such a sore head.
But yeah, so is that everyone that's gone for Juice? Who did you say, Reptic?
I said Juice win it, but if I want Resurrection to step up, but they, because I know they can, but they haven't done it so far, so Juice 3-1.
It's one of them, you know. Juice have got a lot of potential in the team, and the way that he played last week is incredible. But yeah, I think there's a lot to come from both teams. You know, like all of us have said, there's so much potential with Resurrection and Juice. They've just not fully shown it.
Yep.
So, I mean, a big game of the week, to be fair. Velocity and Vision.
Oof.
You know, Velocity are on a roll right now. You know, they're playing very well. See, Vision, you know, unfortunately taking a loss last week. You know, mental side is a little bit ropey of what we know. Is the loss going to affect them, or are they going to bounce back from that? You know, you'd hope as a team of Vision X caliber, they can bounce back and, you know, it goes to a game 5. I think this might be the first week that I actually end up backing Velocity.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm saying 3-2 to Velocity. As long as, you know, Vision X are able to maintain that mental and, you know, and flip side of the coin of how they were in our game, because, you know, their mentals fully went in our game. You could tell, you know, they need to come bouncing back, and if they do, it's 3-2 to Velocity. If they don't, it's 3-1 to Velocity.
I'm going 3-0. I'm going 3-0 Velocity. They got my respect tonight. You know, yeah, we didn't perform. We had our own troubles, but they played their game and played very well. And yeah, I've got a lot of respect for that Velocity team now. Trident's still a wee pain in the butt, but, you know, he's getting better. He's getting better. He's, you know, trusting his team more. He's rotating better. And yeah, I'm going 3-0. I think Vision X, I think this defeat that they got will hurt them. I hope they can bounce back. I hope I'm wrong. But I think this will hurt them unless they do something drastic to change up, you know, what's going on behind the scenes. I'm going to stick my neck out and go bold and go 3-0 Velocity.
All right. I'm going to go with Brooks with 3-2 for Velocity. Because I think it's going to be a very close game, since Vision X is a very strong team as well. Yes, Velocity did win the 2 matches now, but yeah, they're just both strong teams. It's really gonna be the mental for Vision X to keep it up, but I think they can do it.
I'm gonna say 3-1 Vision Velocity. Yeah. They're on the uphill.
Was that 3-1 Vision or 3-1 Velocity?
3-1 Velocity.
Right.
Almost said it wrong again.
Right.
They're on an uphill train. I mean, it's
yeah.
You know, they're beating the big names. Just gonna say it, like the big names. They're doing it now. So love to see it. I mean, I also believe that Vision X can bounce back, but like, I mean, they're on an up train hill. So I mean, it's gonna be a hard run.
All right.
Reptic.
I'm gonna say that's a hard one, man.
Yep.
No, it's not.
3-2 BGCS. I think BGCS. I think they counteract Velocity's playstyle. Both teams are game of respect this week, as Carl said. I know we beat BGCS, but I mean they played significantly better, and their playstyle was way better than I thought it would be. So fair play. I don't think Velocity beat us, so. And the other team I thought they wouldn't beat, so they've got my respect. But I think BGCS just beat them with pure playstyle, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
it's a game that could go either way. If Vision X
Yeah.
bounce back, they can easily win it. But yeah, I think it's going to be tough for them.
Say, there's two very strong household names realistically for coming at the top of towards top of the table at the minute. They're battling for there's at least 5 teams battling for the top 5 spot, battling for that top 1 spot. Realistically, there's a couple of teams that have got games in hand on Clinical. If they win the games in hand, they draw level, and these 2 teams are in there, and they've proved it through the up to now in the season. This is where one of them takes that extra step. So the next game's Clinical and Fearless 5.
I think this is just an easy 3-1 Clinical. I would say 3-0, but yous like to lose your game. You don't get many 3-0s. You always have one game where you just have a bit of a blowout. It's always been Clinical. Even when I was part of Clinical, it was always the first. I think it's just Reptic. He likes to lose the first game.
Whoa. You say we don't get many 3-0s, but we got 3 in a row.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the stronger teams. No offense to the other teams, but yeah, you've always lost one game at least to the the so-called stronger teams.
No, we lost 2 games against you.
Well, yeah, but we should have beat you, but that's a different story.
The bench is the strongest, though. They never lose.
Yeah, the bench never loses. But yeah, I think it was 3-1 Clinical. It's a Fearless 5 show up like how they did their first game, I believe, together as the sort of new Fearless 5. Yeah, they could cause you problems, but I don't see it. I just think Clinical win.
I'm gonna go with the same result of 3-1 to Clinical. Fearless 5 haven't looked the team that we expected them to continue as. The first week, 2 weeks in, they look unstoppable. They look absolutely unreal as a team. They connected with everything, and the last couple of weeks that we've watched hasn't been the same. It doesn't look like the same team.
I think it's the rotating, personally. I don't think rotating every week is a good thing. You don't get into a rhythm as a team. It's always getting broken up.
Yeah.
And I think that's if Fearless 5 had just stuck to the same team, but that's not that they're just playing to have fun, and I respect that they're letting everyone have a go. But that if you want to do serious and win games, you've got to do the best thing that you can do, and that's play your strongest team every week.
That's that's what affects teams is the rotation. You're not able to learn somebody for like obviously Clinical, for example, played together for 7 weeks. Well, them 7 weeks together, we've learned each other, how we all play, how we rotate, how we combat each other. You start mixing that around with different players. Even if you swap out, swapping out 2 players at a time. It's a risky move. It is a very risky move. But yeah, 3-1 Clinical.
I'm gonna go 3-0 Clinical. I just want to prove Carl wrong with the 3-1 thing. So yeah.
I'm gonna go with 3-1 Clinical. Because first game, well, you're just gonna lose. Simple as that.
Thank you, Kylian.
You're welcome. That's what you get.
I'm
Putting me
just
on the bench, boy.
Gonna say 3-0. Why? Because how they played last week, or I mean this week. They played. I wanted to see more against Miracle. I thought they were gonna do it, but they didn't. So
Fair enough.
There's our answer for why Toxo wasn't around today. Fell asleep and he's still not woke up yet.
Oh my god, he did a trident.
Yeah. The one thing that he said he didn't want to do, and he's done it.
But I did see that he was up late last night.
He's always.
I seen him in there at 4 or 5 in the morning speaking in the general chat. I thought, oh, he might do a trident here, and he did go and do it. But Double V showed up, I have to admit. Double V, I was very impressed. That's the first time I've seen him play. I know he's your teammate on, your ERS adventures with Trident. And I think, he really showed up and, impressed.
That's something that I was saying, after your game finished is a good job, realistically. Trident plays with Double V in ERS because he's got that kind of chemistry, he's got that connection. The only person that's not going to have the connection is Stealth. But Stealth being the caliber that he is, he's able to adapt to
that's always the better thing, is your two champ having chemistry, because a GC is going to be able to adapt on the sort of fly better than what a champ is. So that's worked. I think if it was maybe the other way about and it was, say, Stealth, Trident might have struggled to adapt, but because they already had that chemistry, it just worked out perfect.
And then the final game of the week will be Euphoria and Lotus.
I think Euphoria just beat them 3-0. I think Euphoria are a good team. What are they currently?
Fifth.
Top 5. And that's only because of recent results. I think they're going to end top 3, but that's my opinion. And Lotus haven't showed me anything yet to make me think they're even going to take a game off them. So 3-0 Euphoria.
I'm going to go with 3-0 Euphoria as well. Because it's just a very strong team. And just as what Reptic said, Lotus didn't really show anything to prove us wrong.
Yeah, I'm saying 3-0 because we won 3-0. So.
Going for the 3-0. I feel guilty with mine, but because everyone's gone for that. But mine's going to be 3-2 to Euphoria. I'm not going to back Lotus for the win. I'm going to back Euphoria for the win. No, but Lotus have improved. Lotus have improved as a team. Their chemistry together as a team is very good right now. They continue that run. No, I don't want to back Lotus because I think you have.
Can I change my prediction?
No.
I think Euphoria do have the caliber to be that top team. Whether the complications in team, whether there's anything that's going on in the team, you can tell when you watch a game anyway. With the double commits, rotation, and you can tell it. With the game with Velocity that you had today was by far nowhere near the standard I've seen Euphoria play at. And obviously, like I say, you're coming off the back of unfortunate that 3-0 loss. And, Lotus are coming into this after a 3-0 win over Atlantis. Yeah, okay, it's only Atlantis, but the way they play as a team and the way that they connect with each other, they're showing some kind of rhythm and they're getting used to the teams, they're getting used to play styles and they're learning. But I don't think they're learning enough in the final third to make it fully count. So it does go to a game 5, but take it.
I want to change my prediction.
Too late now.
Not allowed.
No, I want to change it.
No, too late.
I want to.
Too late.
No, I'm changing it.
No, too late.
No.
Right now, right here.
No.
Oh!
That's a fucking change of that.
Whoa!
My bad language coming out there. But
From 3-0 Euphoria to
Team Lotus is
1
my
Lotus.
team. Team Lotus is my team. I'm
My
backing
man.
them up.
I'm not going to lie.
How much are you getting paid, Jonah?
I'm not going to lie.
Nothing. Actual nothing.
I don't even know what team's going to show up for Euphoria. You know, I don't know what's going to happen next week. You know, I think, you know, I'm going to put it out there and be honest. I'm not comfortable in the team. I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Might be a change. There might not be a change. But if we're judging it straight off of the team that we have now, I think we just scrape it 3-2. But as I say, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, that's all I'm going to say on it. Judging it off of the team that we have now, 3-2 to us. But if, you know, what happens, what I want to happen, we'll win 3-0.
There you have it. I mean, I didn't want to spill anything.
I'm open and honest.
Oh yeah, I know you. I knew you would be, but I didn't want to be the first one to out. And you know that's you can tell, you know, on the gameplay of just watching your game, you know, the double commits, the you know, just everything in general. You can just tell the way that you guys are playing. It's not right. Something's not right.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. So either changes need to happen, or we need to sit down as a team and try and hash things out, you know. And if that doesn't happen,
but yeah, so obviously this is just one thing that I can say. You know, I've been in that environment of, you know, you said that you don't feel comfortable in a team. I'm gonna throw that out there. I've been there. I've done it. I've wrote the book on it. You know, I was there with Crown and Jewels. You know, I didn't enjoy my time there. It were awkward. It were horrible. You know, these guys you've got some kind of a friendship. You know, you've built it along the way in the community, and I think as a team you need to sit down. You know, no involvement of anybody else. You know, you can get opinions from people, but you know sometimes that ruins more than what it does of speaking with a team. You know, you need to sit. You know, you need to get in a call. All 5 of you, to be fair, you know, subs included, not just the 3 main players, subs included, 100%. And everybody needs to have an input of, you know, where everyone stands, how everyone's feeling, and what needs to change. And you know, whether you run that for another week, see how you get on, and say, right, we're going to run it for a week, see how we get on. If it doesn't change, this needs to happen, because I'm not running it like this for the next couple of weeks.
Yep. That's my ideal plan.
But that's my advice from, you know, from myself of being in them shoes last season to, you know, see now. But it's down to you guys. You know, all of us can put our opinions in, we can put everything across, but it's all down to your team.
Yep. And that's what we're going to do.
So
that's why I said I have no idea on the result, because it all needs to happen.
So moving on from that, that wraps up the games for the next week. Obviously, Atlantis get the bye week.
No game. I think
3-0 bye week every week, right? Yeah. So they're pretty much top of the table.
Yeah,
they're winning everything. I don't know what they're doing, but they're on
strong
another
team.
level.
Not gonna lie.
So we're gonna move on to
somebody sign them.
Team of the week. It's gonna be
give me a minute.
It's gonna be a tough team of the week to an extent, because I haven't got a strong GC for myself. I haven't got anyone that stands out.
I can't really give team of the week at the moment, because the only games that I've seen were you guys when I was coaching, and I haven't had time to watch the other matches back, so I'm gonna dip out for that one. but just listen to what you guys have to say.
But yeah, like I say, I think for me it's a hard one for GC this time round.
Yeah, I think it's more hard for GC part than I think Champs were.
I was gonna say, I think Champ.
Good.
I'll go first because I've got three players in mind.
Yeah.
So my first to GC is Eclipse. I think he is a big driving force and has found his feet with his team. That's why Lotus are improving. You know, he had a good, solid game all round against Atlantis. You know, 5 saves, 3 assists, 2 goals in a 3-game series. That's not a bad contribution, that. It's, you know, 3 participation, just over 3 participation per game. I don't think many of the GCs Eclipse.
Yeah, Eclipse. Eclipse for Lotus, not Eclipse for Juice.
But yeah, I really think Eclipse deserves it. Considering I don't think any of the other GCs, maybe Sharky is honourable with the 10 saves, but I think because Eclipse got the 3-0 win, I think that gives it over, you know, that pulls a bit more weight. And then my first champ is going to be the man himself, Brooksie. Unbelievable performance. I think if you're not in Team of the Week here, it's a sham, because you were the best champ this week, in my opinion, hands down. That's all there is to say on it. And then my other one is Dash. Dash. Yeah, sorry, I was getting mixed up there. Yeah, Dash. Dash had a. I didn't see Miracle's game. I'm purely basing this one off stats. But 4 goals, 3 assists, 2 saves. You know, and got a good win against Fearless 5, who are a strong team. So yeah, I'm going to go Dash, and that's my 3 picks.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Well, mine are pretty similar to Kyle's. You know, I've watched all the games. I've casted all the games. You know, unfortunately for Kyle, he's missed them because of work. So I'm going to start off with GC, and you know, stat wise, the way that he drags in Lotus, you know, from start, so for this first week up until now, you know, there's so much improvement of not just trying to run it himself. He is trying to work with his team. He's trying to get the passing plays, and that is Eclipse from Lotus. You know, he's so good as an individual, and you know, the first couple of weeks, you know, he tried to play it on his own. You know, he tried to go everything himself. You know, he has the caliber to do that, but you can't always 1v3. You know, however much you want, and you know you've got the skill level, you can't always do it. And it's nice to see that he's now trying to bring in his teammates. You know, he's trying to get the passing plays. He's not just trying to go straight for goal all the time. You know, he's not trying to go for the solos. And it's nice to see, you know, it's nice to see that Lotus are now getting results. It's nice to see them, you know, picking up as a team, you know, playing together. And, you know, that's my pick as a GC. My next one, I agree with Dash. You know, formidable since he's been in, you know, since he's been inputted into the team. You know, obviously Degri loses his spot, but I think Degri loses that spot to a very good player. And I think it's now hard for him to get back in because, you know, you've got 2 performing players in Gravesy. You know, Gravesy does pretty much everything the same every week. You know, very consistent with what he does. And, you know, Dash makes things work for Miracle in that game that I watched. And then my second champ is going to be Trident. You played very, very well today. You know, fair enough, you've got a broken finger, but you played better today than you have in recent weeks. And when I say every week, there's a time that you get Team of the Week because you play better than what you should be playing. And it wasn't just a stealth running show today. You know, stealthing was there, but you were participated in a lot of that game. You know,
Stealth ran the defense, Trident ran the offense.
Yeah, like there was a lot of times, you know, I'm mentioning Trident,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that you're going for some insane stuff nowadays of, you know, trying to dribble across the field, you know, trying to put yourself out of the comfort zone of trying to get the flip resets, trying to be that little bit more mechanical of, you know, trying to get the crazy ass goals. You know, you get it for me this week. You know, you have performed this week. So there's my team: Eclipse, Trident, and Dash.
Right, okay. Got mine together. So GC, I was gonna go with Dwarf. I think that's the best I've seen him play.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like solo wise. Obviously didn't work for the team, but I think individually that's probably the best I've seen him play overall. Stats backed it up as well. He had pretty good stats over the series. And then for the first champ, obviously Brooks, you're insane. So simple picks to you. Yeah, you played great overall. Really good challenges up front. Yeah, it's getting in the way being annoying. That's what I told you to do. So, and then yeah, I agree with you. Trident, mate, you really did show up. You talked the talk and you did it. So, fair play, mate. That's mine.
I want to give an honourable mention because my second pick for GC is also Reptic. Because I just didn't pick Reptic because I picked Brooksy. And obviously Reptic, you know, your stats are always insane. But we expect that from you. But I think you really did prove a point of your just will to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna add something to that. Your mentals from the week before to this week was so much better. You know, even just as a full team, you know, not just as you as an individual as well, like as a full team, mentally wise, we were so much better. But, you know, you play 10 times better when you've not got so much stress on your shoulders and, you know, you play with freedom. You know, you do get to play with that freedom and you showed that in that game as well.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jonah, you're up. You're the last one of the bunch.
I'm going. I was gonna go with Reptic as my GC. Stat wise and how he played in our match, it's like, bro, how do you get these goals? I mean, what was that? You know, that's unbelievable. That's insane. And that's what Brooks mentioned as well. Like your mental was off last week so bad. I mean, it was not only you, it was also Brooks and me. And I mean, you know, you showed that you're the GC that you need to be, so that's why I picked you. I don't like picking the same player from the team, but I'm gonna do it because he deserves it. Brooksy. You played insane as well. Yeah. Great pressure. Great demos. Holy. Yeah, just overall like a good solid game from you. And as my last pick, I'm gonna go with Sep. From Lotus. Sep.
Alright.
Yep. I mean, he's just a good champ player, and I mean the link up with the Team Lotus guys, it's just so good now. I mean, they're clicking, and I love what they are doing. So
yeah,
that's all of us because obviously Kylian isn't being involved. So,
well, I think we've got one nailed on as you, Brooks.
So there's me. There's a champ. There's Eclipse with 2 votes. Two votes for Eclipse, 1 for Dwarf, and 1 for Reptic. So we were just giving that to Eclipse, or what you wanted to do that? What did you guys want to do?
Wait, how many? Wait, what was that?
So there's 2 for Eclipse, 1 for Dwarf, and 1 for yourself.
I think it's well, it might sound biased. I'd say just put the vote up. I don't think that's like too massive one side. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think when it's four people, it's difficult for us to nail on people unless they've fully gone. No, everyone's fully gone the same.
Unless it was like if it was 2 up, I'd say go him. But I don't think 1's that much.
And then obviously for Champ, it'll either be Trident. Well, there's Trident, Dash, and Seb.
I think that Trident and Dash both have 2.
Yeah, they do.
Seb has 1. I think you just throw that to the vote as well.
What, Trident, Dash, and Seb?
Yeah, I'd say all 3 as well.
But I think you're nailed on because you've got the majority. The only one that didn't vote for you was yourself, and I think that's just because you're humble and you don't want to vote for yourself.
I don't vote for myself.
I think if you were a different caliber of person, you would vote for yourself.
I don't vote for myself either.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm actually looking at my stats now. I'm pretty happy with the game I played and the situation I was under.
Well, I said this away from.
I thought I'd done nothing.
is when you guys tell me I played well, and I'm like, no, I didn't. I generally don't feel like I played well.
Yeah, but
this week I feel I played well, but I'm never gonna be that person that votes.
And I'm taking all the credit for the absolute dreadful 2s games we played in the afternoon.
Oh, don't! I couldn't hit a barn door.
No, you could. They just saved everything, and then my trickly little shite shots always went in. It was unreal. I've never experienced anything.
Who is Team of the Week for GC? We've got Eclipse, Dwarf, and Reptic. You've got 5 minutes to vote. I mean, yeah, everyone that's, it's one of them that's next season, it's going to be there's going to be honourable mentions next season. So when we post it in Discord, not only are we going to have the 3 main people on the decal kind of thing, but we're also going to be knowing people down that we've already mentioned. And, I think people they deserve it.
I think it's very tough this week because no one really, apart from you, Brooks, I don't think anyone shined. I think the only game I didn't see was.
I mean, I think everybody played
Miracle and Fearless 5. It's the only one I didn't get to watch back.
Yeah.
I think everyone was just trying to play clean.
And also, it doesn't help. There was obviously 1 forfeit and 1 bye week. So
yeah.
It's a bit less of a pool of players to vote for.
But 3 for Eclipse, 2 for Dwarf, and 4 for Reptic right now.
Vote for Reptic in the chat.
I do want to sort of. I want to take my thing back, but I'm not going to because I'm trying to forget about the game. But I would have if I hadn't tried to force out I would have picked Trident. Playing with her. And that's just being honest. I'm trying to forget about that game, so I didn't even think of it. Until you started saying it, I was like, oh, yeah, I should have really thought of Trident deserves it. Playing with a broken or a fractured pinky and performing that well is ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, there's no disrespect to you there, Trident, but you played better this week with a fractured broken finger than some of the other weeks where you've had fully working hands. Like, it's outrageous.
No, different. It's built
Do
different.
you know I meant to change my car after the first game and I kept forgetting?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This car gave me a migraine.
It's what I'm known for. Like, Reptic hates it. He hates my cars.
Welcome to Fatty Kyle. The car designs of absolutely horrendousness at times.
I can design good cars. Yeah,
It just chooses to piss everyone off.
Yeah, I can. I've won a couple of car design contests.
Did you host them as well?
No. I was part of that other community I was in. Granted, I think I won them because I was a very liked mod in that community, but I actually think I've still got one of my Halloween ones.
Nice.
No, I got rid of it. Yeah, Jeff, we were playing under tough circumstances, you know, and I think that's why you didn't play to what we all know that you, well, not all of us, but
He's getting in the Reptic mental.
yeah.
Get yourself out of that.
Reptic, get him out of it. Right now.
Do it.
It's your mental. It's your mental. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
It's your mental. Get him out of there. I see it already in the status.
We'll pull you out of that.
Yeah, yeah. When he gets more comfortable, and next season, if things go to plan, it'll be good.
That same mate, it's your second week, can't it?
Yeah, you know, like you say there that you're used to them conditions. You're used to your own rank conditions.
Yeah.
It's massively different.
Yeah,
bro, even Reptic finds it hard. I mean,
I'm going to point out, you know, players have come in here and thought it's going to be an absolute doddle because it's 1 GC and 2 chumps. There's players that walked in here and thought, yeah, going to own this, going to absolutely ruin this, and they come in and they lose, and it puts the reality of how strong teams are and how strong, you know, 1 GC and 2 chumps actually can be. You know, when it's put like that. So you being here for 2 weeks, and you know you're still playing with your broken keyboard. You know, you still not changed because you don't want to play with your new one yet. You know, you not only have you're giving yourself something worse to play with, but you don't know anybody yet. You know, you don't know play styles. You don't know the way that champs play. Of you know, you always used to your high GCs. It's a whole different play style.
These Eclipse.
Eclipse win it.
So Eclipse takes it.
Just beat you out, Reptic.
I mean,
I'm leaving my week for the last week.
Reptic, you're the hardest person in this to get team of the week, because you have such a standard on your head that it's a nightmare.
Yeah, get it off your head, bro.
It's very much the same for Aqua, he has got such a standard on his head for being at champ level or being judged as a champ.
Even for Kylian, it's hard. Like
Kylian's a silver 34 though.
It's hard for Kylian.
Hey, that's me. Yeah. It's getting hard for Kylian to get the game of the week. You know, it's just.
Kylian, I think we should make a new thing that Kylian wins every week, sub of the week.
Coach of the week.
I agree.
Coach of the week.
Yeah, I have to say a big respect to Kylian. You know, being on the bench and not playing many games, but not just sitting back and letting you do everything. He is very much a strong, especially the last 2-3 weeks. Kylian has been such a strong part of the team, and I think helps use more than you may know. Yeah, big, because it's not an easy job to be that outside person trying to calm three lunatics down.
Luckily, I'm a lunatic myself.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
But yeah, a big respect to. Big respect to you, Kylian.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Very appreciated.
But we will get to see Kylian in the cup. Gonna cover the cup. We'll cover that at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say that starts on
Tuesday.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to set out times tonight, because we need to set out times so teams know when to show up.
More information will be like put up either probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow afternoon. If we don't do it tonight, yeah, it'll be tomorrow afternoon, because I don't start work till 5 now. So, and you've not got any plans in the afternoon, have you, Reptic? Yeah. So we'll set out times. Is there anyone? What teams is it?
It's Group A tomorrow. So it is not tomorrow, not Group tomorrow, but the closest games are Finish, G-Force, and Velocity.
Finish, G-Force, and Velocity. So Finish and Velocity.
Yeah. I'll get a crack.
Yeah. I will try and salvage something from G-Force.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's only a cup thing, so anything's better than nothing for us.
Yeah.
But
I will, because I think we're doing. I think we're doing 3 games on the Tuesday and 3 games on the Wednesday. I think that's how it's planned out.
And you got
yeah, that's correct.
Got the same.
Yeah. And then that's how the groups are going to be run. Three games. So you'll need to be available the Tuesday and the Wednesday.
Wait, no. Group B is the 29th.
Yeah. So Group A is Tuesday, Wednesday. Then Group B is the following Tuesday, Wednesday. Then Group. No, are we doing?
We're doing all 6 in one day because it's only best of 5s.
Yeah. We're doing all 6 in one day. So yeah, Group A is the 20 is on Tuesday. Group B is on the Wednesday.
Then the week after. So
and then the week after is Group C and Group D.
Yeah. If we can't.
And have you spoke to your person, Reptic? Because you'll need to do that for Wednesday.
Yeah, well.
Right, cool.
Huh?
You spoken to
I'm confused. Who is your person?
So
it's me.
No.
Who is you?
And our other
it's me, the person.
Our other sub that supports us also every week.
Ik heb dit op het web gevonden.
Yeah, bro, Cheeky.
And I'll get in touch with Cheeky to make sure he knows. And if he can't play, you're fucked.
Nah, 2v1 easy.
And
2v1.
Huh?
2v3.
Yeah, easy. W.
Is it this Wednesday or the week after?
By the week after.
Next Wednesday.
No, you're this Wednesday. You're Group B.
No, we are Group B.
Yeah. This Wednesday, Grizz. Sorry,
late Wednesday?
My team captain doesn't know what's going on, even though he's running the
running the thing. Yeah. Well, that's fine.
And there's our team of the week: Trident, Brooks, and Eclipse.
I didn't vote.
Yeah, did I?
I don't think it would have made a difference.
Yeah,
nobody supported Sep. What?
He did one.
Yeah, one person.
Yeah, Seb. Seb probably did.
To be fair, you didn't vote, so outrageous that you didn't vote for Seb.
I didn't vote for.
Bro, I didn't even know Seb was there already.
What's that, Cup?
I didn't even vote for my pick. I picked Dash, but I voted for Trident because that would have been my pick. No offense to Dash, if I wasn't trying to block that game.
Block the game out. Tried to block the game out.
He changed his pick. Why?
I did. I announced it before.
Yeah.
He does have you.
But yeah, so I don't think there's anything else to really cover over the cup. I'm going to announce it in Discord anyway.
That's
groups have already been spoken about. We've already covered just there. Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be the games.
So yeah, it's going to be a long night on Tuesday. I think I'm going to start it at 6 o'clock. So it'll run probably 6 till 10, and there'll maybe be a 5-minute break between games. We're just going to need it. It's not going to be every hour like what yours is.
So to add on to that, so if teams are around, so once a game finishes, we want the next game to be played, as Carl said, 5:10 maybe.
Yeah.
Minutes straight away. So you guys need to be ready. Obviously, if you can't make that, and that's if you can't, we want you to 100% make it, but we can sort something out to maybe put your game after the double to say you have to eat dinner or something.
Yeah, we can maybe shuffle games about, but yeah,
just let us know early.
And if you don't show up, you're getting 15 minutes. If you don't show up, you get forfeited. There's no messing about. It's, you'll get a 15-minute time to show up, and if you don't show up in that time, you get forfeited.
I'm just going to add in that, obviously BGCS started off as a learning curve for us all, and it's come on a hell of a lot to when we first started. The cup is a new thing for us to put in. So as much as you guys are learning of how we wanting to run it, we're also learning how we want to run it. We're not 100% of these guys aren't 100% on how everything's going to come together. We've never done it before. It's something new for this season. It works well. We follow it on for next season. But as much as Kyle and Reptic are taking the time out to put it together and make it sure it's working, they also need the support of you guys of how they want to run it. So you turning up on time, you being there ready to play your game is going to help out so much with how everything runs. Because as much as you guys want everything to run smoothly, so do we. Because it's so much less stress.
And I will add on, there will be, if you genuinely can't make it and you say, look, because we're just forcing a day and a time for you to play, it might not suit your life. That's fair enough. There's going to be no hard feelings. Just let us know and say, look, we can't make it that day. We're going to have to forfeit out the cup. Just let us know. Don't just wait.
Yeah.
Wait until the time comes and not show up. Just someone DM, look, we can't get a team together out of our 5 players. And we'll be like, fine, that's sound. We'll forfeit yous, and the 2 people left in the group will just get, they can still play their games, but they'll essentially be through. But they'll have to play their games against. I might even just do it where they just play a 1 game against each other. Well, that's what it would be. Yeah. And winner gets first place, the second gets second place. But, I do want... There will be no hard feelings because it is being just force appointed. But that's because we don't have the time to allow, you to have the option. We've literally got Tuesday and Wednesday to do it. Maybe next season that can change as we grow and we get more people involved. The cup can run alongside the BGCS. When there's a BGCS game not happening, the cup can be done on the B stream. That could be a possibility for the future. But as it stands just now, I can't stream. I can only stream Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then it takes from that, if Reptic internet sort of sorts out and he gets comfortable streaming, Reptic or even Kylian, can do streams on a Sunday, a Monday, and the days that, I can't do.
Yeah.
But that would all be for next season. It's just this week. This season, it needs to be done this way for scheduling wise. But just be honest with us. If your team can't make it, just come to us in advance and say, look, we can't make it that day. Because it'll just make it a lot easier for us. We won't be sitting about waiting for people that aren't going to show up.
Yep. We will help you if you help us. Simple as that.
I'm boiling in this, so...
I'm surprised you've lasted the whole way with that.
So I'm gonna call the podcast there. I think we've covered pretty much everything. If you check the chat, that's going to be the B stream. That's what's going to be running the cup. The spreadsheet's there as well of how we set everything else out for BGCS. It has its own spreadsheet. It has its own stream. So make sure you go and follow that because obviously, like I say, that's where the cup's going to be running. Big thank you to Kyle and Reptic for running it. The same as what they did for the 2v2 tourney. That went well, and again, we're experiencing something else, trying something different. And I don't have the time to do things like this, and the additional things for people to help out and people to do extra stuff. you know, it's a big thing. You know, it relieves. You know, we add extra stuff without me having to do anything with it. And as you can see, I know nothing about it because I didn't know when any of the played. So just goes to show that, you know, I'm not lying to you guys when I say I don't have proper involvement in this. This is fully Kyle and Reptic putting something together for you guys to play. So, you know, the best thing I can say is obviously just listen to they're saying to you. They're not doing it out of the way to make it difficult for you guys. They're just doing it to make it simple for them and simple for you.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
But yeah, so once again, thank you for turning up for the podcast. I know it's earlier than what was expected, but you know, a majority of us weren't able to attend that Saturday. And you know, everyone could turn up for today.
Yeah, it's me why it's today, let's be honest. I'm working tomorrow night, and I asked kindly for it to be later tomorrow night, but then Reptic had a good idea, seeing as all the games were done today, that we could do it tonight. And everyone was available for it, so it makes sense.
W's.
Right, so thank you. Like I say, thank you once again for coming and watching the podcast. If you want to go and watch it back, or you know, want to see little snippets of what we said, then it will be uploaded on YouTube. It'll be the same time, so it will be still uploaded on the Sunday. So it's still going to be uploaded Sunday, just keeping that routine. And yeah, I shall catch you tomorrow now. So weird. I'm going to be catching you tomorrow on a stream. I normally that's it. That's me for the week, and I'll catch you next week. But I'll catch you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what?
I'm not sure what time tomorrow I'll be streaming. You know, there's no BGCS, there's no nothing. So I don't even know whether I'll fully stream, to be fair.
What? No BGCS? What am I watching then?
Yeah, there's going to be no BGCS. There's going to be like viewer tourneys or show matches. Now. We'll see. But yeah, until tomorrow, I shall speak to you all soon, and thank you for coming. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.